start with just how did you get interested in meditation? What were your early attempts to do it? What were those experiences like?
Yeah. So it was 2007 and the US economy had just crashed and I kind of crashed with it. I lost over half of my clients, which meant over half of my income. I could not pay my mortgage. I had to stop paying it. The bank took my house back. I mean, it was really the lowest point in my life mentally and emotionally. And our good friend, John Berghoff, I called John and he was the first person that I told what had been going on for it was a 6-month downward spiral. I was depressed. I was at a loss. I didn't know how to turn things around. And John said, go for a run. And on that run, listen to some sort of personal development audio while you're in a peak physical state, because you're also going to be in a peak mental and emotional state. So long story short, on that run, I heard Jim Rohn say a quote, your level of success will seldom exceed your level of personal development. And a light bulb went off and I thought, for all of us, on a scale of 1 to 10, if we're measuring our level of success and fulfillment in any area of life, happiness, health, relationships, money, you name it, we all want level 10, right? But what I realize is that our level of personal development is what's going to determine our level of success. And for most people, personal development's not a priority. It's way down here, right? It's like their level of personal development is at a 2. Mine was at a 2 or a 3 on a good day. And that was the disconnect, is this is what I wanted in my life, but this is the effort I was putting into developing myself. And so I ran home and I Googled a bunch of phrases around personal development, best personal development practices for millionaires, you know, on and on, CEOs. What do the world's most successful, fulfilled people do for their personal development? And I came across 6 practices. And one of those practices was meditation. Now, I always thought meditation was kind of woo-woo and, you know, just a spiritual practice, which that's great, nothing wrong with that. But the article that caught my attention was it was something along the lines of Fortune 500 CEOs who swear by meditation. And I went, Fortune 500, interesting. And I clicked on it. And what I found is it wasn't just about their spiritual connection. The article showed all kind of science around how meditation had, and there I think were over 1,400 scientific studies published, and now I'm sure it's a lot more, on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual benefits of meditating. So I was sold. I was like, wow, this. And the idea is that it lowers your cortisol levels, it lowers your stress, which allows you to think clearer. You have better ideas, you have insights, on and on and on. It was really a cognitive optimization strategy. And I was all for that. So that's when I started. And because I didn't know, my first day of meditating, sitting in silence, I thought I was failing at it. And we've since talked about this, but my mind was racing and I'm like, wait, you're supposed to clear your mind. And my mind's, it's crazy, right? And so then what I did is I quickly switched to a guided meditation. And I just went to YouTube and I typed in guided meditation and there was a gazillion of them, right? And but that's how I recommend people start, is do a guided meditation, because you don't then have that inner chatter where you're like, am I doing this wrong? Am I failing? What am I doing? Am I thinking too much? Am I not thinking enough? You know, with the guided meditation, you have someone like yourself, and you do guided meditation where you're leading us. You're the expert. You're the professional. You've done this, and you're leading us through a process to go deeper into a meditation and experience the benefits. And then once we've done that enough times, we go, oh, wow, I get this. I get what it feels like. I get the whole process. And then we can try it on our own. So that was how I started out with meditation, and started with guided. After a few weeks of that, decided to go on my own. And now I go back and forth depending on the day.
I love it. So what got you in was this motivation, this desire to achieve certain things for yourself, which at we're big proponents of that. We want it to be motivating and inspiring for people.